Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. I hope everyone is doing great. I thought I'd take a quick nap, or like I didn't even take a nap, I just went and lay down for a bit and then suddenly I fell asleep and I woke up 10 minutes ago. Luckily, right in time for the stream. Okay, I don't know what my tablet has, but it's fine. I have to chat on another screen anyways, it's fine. Alright, welcome. So yesterday I couldn't really sleep instantly after the stream, so I spent a little bit more time. And I got it somewhat to working. The only issue I had was that I converted the clip space wrong. Because I did this, which is wrong in my case. Because yeah, my Y coordinate is flipped, right? And then it kinda worked already with the sphere preview, but I had an issue that the hit was inconsistent. And then I noticed that my hit functions for some of the shapes returned positive values outside and negative values inside. And it basically yeah, did the same again. Well, and I basically fixed that, sorry, I was looking at the tablet. And now every shape returns positive numbers outside of the shape and negative values inside of the shape. Before it was different. Before I wanted to have minus values or negative values outside of the shape and positive inside, but I think it makes more sense the other way around. Especially for it makes the ray casting a little bit simpler, because you just take the sample value you get and add it to the distance and advance the ray without an absolute actually here. But it doesn't really matter. It works in both ways. Not quite sure what happened with my tablet, but let's see. So yeah, that was mostly it. Hello. And now we are at this stage where, if I start it, I'm always looking at my tablet if it boots or not. So we might need some more additional time, but basically I am at a point where I can go here. And now we have here the sphere where the brush is. Of course, it's a full sphere because it's on top, so we don't cut it currently in the middle. But we can as well see that it is based on the terrain because it follows the shape of the sphere here. So we are raycasting against the terrain. So that's pretty nice. It looks like a circle. It should be a sphere, and we will fix that now. But first I will see that my tablet is working again, which is great. And hopefully I can get my stream stuff to work again here. Give me a second, I just need to set that up. Because then I have to... No, I mean, it's not even a joke, right? It looks like a disc. Because it doesn't have any 3D. It doesn't look 3D because there is no light or stuff like that on it. We will fix part of that today. Let's see how far we get. So yeah, that was mostly the issue, that this frag cord here was a little bit wrongly converted because I did a vec 2 like that and a vec 1 like that, but then it's wrong. And then the biggest issue was actually that we were not hitting the terrain because of like the difference between the two modes basically. Ah, there it is. Perfect. Alright, so I have my chat again on my tablet. Yeah, and there's another thing I want to address is where if we start it, we see it. The sphere is gray. I would want it to be white. I think that is because we are running... Yeah. I like that you say it's white. For me, it looks more like a gray, and that is because we run after the tone mapper. So I think that's something I would want to try to change. Basically take here our render graph and rearrange that to run after the tone mapper. In theory, I think that should work, just doing that. I hope that worked. I mean, that looks fine. Does it work that we have it now after the tone mapper? Oh yeah, that looks way better. Because now it's actually a white. And now I think we can tone that a little bit down to make it actually just a normal white. Yeah, that looks fine, because I think if I do now... It's a 0.8 or something like that in alpha, it should be pretty much white, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So that's kind of what I wanted. Perfect, that was actually easier than I thought. Thought we might run into problems there, but that just worked magically out of the box. So then there is only a couple of things I want to address for now. So there is as well, if someone knows how, because I have no idea where it comes from currently. So if I have my shape here, you can already see that it's not perfectly centered on the mouse. So there's something off somewhere. And that offset gets worse the further away I am. I have no idea where that comes from yet. So that would be definitely as well something interesting. That's a Coca-Cola Zero with lemon inside. Oh no, I have water as well. But yeah, as I said, I think it was before you came. I was lying down in the afternoon after work. Didn't plan to sleep, but I fell asleep and I woke up 10 minutes ago. So yeah, not exactly fit. yet. All right, let's add a little bit of lighting into that whole thing. I think I have some notes for that, hopefully, but it's actually kind of easy. If I find it. Oh yeah. So basically we just go here. Not sure if we will do a real one, like if we take our real light or not. But let's add normalize 0.5. That's just the direction of the light, right? And then we have a float diffuse. So we add some basic lighting here. So that is the sample value.xyz. No, unfortunate, or no. I actually don't drink that much anymore, like alcohol in that sense. It's really only if there is like guests. Maybe if it's not something like super complicated, we might be doing that in the future one day or something like that. But I think I need to work on something not shader related for that. I don't know what that is, but let's do that. I don't know why I had that written down here. And then we have the out color here, which is basically a vec4 of our shaded white and 0.5 alpha. And then here we have, this is basically that. Perfect, exactly how I imagined it to work. Right away with the shaders that don't work. Hey, really? Ah, okay. You are right. Hit position SDF value. We can reuse that, right? Then we actually don't need to reassign it here. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. So now it already looks a little bit sort of 3D. Again, not sure if we take our real directional light out of the scene or if we use that one. We might want to make it a little bit more white. So it should be this and that, right? And it's, I think, more white. Or is it just the alpha that is... Maybe it's just the alpha that we need to change. No, it's not quite. Right. I think it should be something like that, where we basically have this very, very high. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try to fix the other thing as well, which is we can see the full sphere, so that's as well a problem. For that, I need to go to the static mesh render task. I think. Yeah, I think, right, because I think we do the same in... Where is it? Is that here? Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's in lighting. Oh, no, we are not doing that, right? It's not the same. I mean, I can still look it up, but it's not the same. Or linear depth. Where is that? Is that in... Oh yeah, it's not. It's not the same. No, I think I need the depth texture. So we need to go to preview terrain edit. Add another one here. Basically it's 3 in, 1 out. And then this is the depth texture. Well, actually, yeah. And this is render target. I don't, doesn't really matter what they're called. And then G buffer, or not G buffer, static mesh render task. Exactly, we need that as well. We add that as an attachment. And that should already be better in that sense. I mean, we could as well just do Onyx U32 depth texture index. And then kind of that, but as a texture handle. Depth texture. And constants. Depth texture index is get. Is it texture? Get index, yeah. And then we go there. Put in our U int depth texture index. And we have our frag chord. The frag chord that I do. I mean, basically, I think it is. Word position. And I do think that here we do then if, where we sample our texture float, scene depth is. I should make a nicer function for that. Bindless texture, this U constants depth texture index, clip space position XY. I think. And we just want the R value here. And then scene depth. Well, when our it's basically this, right? NDC position add is greater than the scene depth with discard. Something like that. Or I think load frag depth. That brings it into the range of 0 to 1, right? Maybe. Might horribly fail as well. I don't think we actually need to have the depth texture as a attachment here then though, because we are not writing to the depth buffer or anything like that. Maybe I revert that again. For now. Because I think that's good enough. Oh, no. Scene editor. Hello, hello, Captain Chica. How many triangles do you already have? What? At least 2. At least 2. What is wrong with you? Oh. Oh, we're not doing that, right? We just have this. Which I think I like anyways more. Okay, so we either broke it or we broke it. Let's do that for now. Oh, cool. Let's see, is my stream still working? Looks like it. Not that I do the same again. And stream. For no reason. Good. Why would that make a difference? Okay. Let's actually output the depth here maybe. So when we discard %f, scene depth, frag depth. Got some log outputs. Yeah. Initial sample distance. Oh, we still have that log in there. Fascinating. Where was that? I think it's here, right? Yeah. And then we discard because we have a scene depth of 0. What? It's not exactly what I thought it would be. Oh, god damn it. And we get a weird command buffer error as well. That's as well weird. Or is that? So this... Ah, is it that... Let's do it like that, maybe? Is that better? Is that shutting you up? Oh yeah, okay. That worked. But we're not discarding how I would imagine it to do. What? Ah. Of course. Ah, is it because we maybe... 0.45. That looks a little weird. What is it if we do that? Okay, yeah, that... Oh, okay, okay, I see. I think I see. I think I see. Really, 0.05 is what that turns out to be. I think what we should do is if we have a hit, we should discard it. I think if the hit position SDF value, well, not the SDF, but the hit position is in in the depth. So that should be linearize. I can't type. Sphere surface hit. Then let's do that. Probably something like that. I think it should be mostly like that. Sphere surface hit. Isn't that what it takes? Oh, it takes a depth sample. Okay, so then that is Z. At least I think it could work like that. Let's find out. Frag depth. Oh. No. Why? Okay, then that maybe doesn't work how I would imagine it to work. Oh wait, I think I gave it the frag chord, right? Fuck. Actually, that's wrong. Yeah. It's in... God damn it, where is it? Because here I give it... Yeah, the frag chord, and that has the sad value, right? Where is it? Lighting. Yeah. So I kinda need to do... that logic again. I need to convert that to clip space position or anti-seek position. basically, I think. So I take my vec 4 hit clip position is our sphere surface hit. That one. Projection matrix times u view constants. View matrix. I will look at that in a second. Because I have not, of course, opened Twitch on my second monitor. Well, that's fake. Or did you really do 2 triangles, or is that just the UVs? Could be just a UV fake. But I will believe you. Oh, okay. I need to move it here. All right. Commenting that. Cool. Nice. That's how it starts. And then you do some other crap afterwards. NDC position is our hit clip position XYZ divided by hit clip position W. Now we do vec 2 hit UV is our NDC position XY times 0.5 plus 0.5 to get it into that range of the UV. We then do that. I'm not sure if we need that, because that might be actually the exact same position as we do up there. So that might not be needed. But then you float, while the depth now is then our NDC position Z times 0.5 plus 0.5 as well. Maybe. Well, that worked great. What did I do wrong in the shade again? Eh? Oh wait, is my sphere surface? Yeah, it's a vec 4 like that. Then it works. Well, I mean, almost. We clip too much now. Oh, that's the real depth? Wait. So maybe I don't want to linearize it. Oh, that didn't really work. It almost works. It's just that it's wrong around. for some reason. Or do we maybe do it the wrong way around in the shader? Should this be that? I mean, almost. Almost. It's so hot in your apartment. Yeah, I luckily. Do you not have an AC? Hey, Capuchman, once you have something, I would be interested to. If you want to share it, right? You don't have to, but. Would be interesting to see. Rag UV. That thing overheated today. What? That's crazy. Oh, it's the other way around. Oh, cooling the AC. Now you're doing it wrong. Okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, as well, I can recommend if you don't already know. Let me quickly mastering. So this one, it's a book, but you can probably get it just from the code as well. So in chapter 4 or 5, they add a frame graph. And I have some ideas from here, but the main idea I still did myself. But it's inspired by that one. I think it's chapter 5 where they add the frame graph. Let me quickly check. So here they have the frame graph, chapter 4. Okay, maybe it was chapter 4. Yeah. Okay, yeah, chapter 4. Here they have frame graph, CPP and HPP. I can share you that. If you didn't already know it. Just like, as well, food for thought, right? How they do it. I can as well recommend the book, but it costs a little bit of money. Yeah, I would want to look at slang, but I think, do they by now already support bindless stuff? Oh, okay, no. Because that's something I would need. Maybe I need to do a less? Or like a greater? Huh. Now we have like this weirdness where we just do that, which doesn't make any sense and just disappears into nowhere. That's behaving very, very odd. It's not really how I would want it. But that's the same, right? Hit UV 32020. Yeah, I mean it's pretty much the same, so I think we just take the frag chord. Yeah. We don't need that. Come on, she can cook. I'm pretty sure. How is that? So why is there no thing coming out? Frag depth 0.997 and 0.993. Yeah, that is bigger. But isn't it? Hold on. What is my operation? I'm trying to build something that would do auto placement of barriers, auto queue selection, depending on adaptive and non-static. Yeah, I can recommend the book. They're doing some of that stuff, and I'm placing as where the barriers are automatically. So if I go to render graph task, is it? So as long as it's an attachment within the render graph, again, there is a potential to improve it there. But when we do the... where is it? God damn it, where did I go? Where's the render function? Here. No. Okay. Ah, here, pre-render. We transition our like images and we... yeah. Buffers are currently not handled in this, but basically we would do the buffer here as well. If the input or output is a buffer, we can do transitions here. I just didn't add that yet. But for textures and attachments, it already does the layout transitions here. Yeah, that is definitely something that's a little bit of yeah, some quirks or something like that, or not. I'm not sure how you say it with like Vulkan, but yeah. But what I wanted to look at now was the render graph. Depth. Oh. Free depth less or equal. And then where is our static mesh? Oh, we don't have that here, right? It's here in material shader graph. So I guess I need to record it during the last use to be able to reuse on first use next frame. You mean the layout? Yeah, my texture storage is, I think, the thing, right? Every time I call, so it has internally it saves the layout and the access. The access being, yeah, like this flag basically, which shader read, shader write, whatnot. It saves that, and every time we call a transition, it takes the new one and the old one and does it. And then it saves the new layout and new access, and that way you just need to say I want to use it as this and place the barrier, and you have the old state recorded. There are some engines that save those states outside in like a hazard manager or whatever, so that you don't have it stored actually in the texture itself. But yeah, I don't know. I think this makes it simpler. Because this could be a little bit more lightweight if you move that out, but in reality it's two U32 ints, so I don't know. And my buffer has the same. It has as well the access and what did I call it there? Access and the context, basically, if it's a compute or graphics context. The access would not be needed in my case, since a new frame means you didn't have work on the queue before. Yeah, but that's only for transient resources, or like transient images, right? That you reuse every frame. But if you have like resources that live longer than one frame, that doesn't work, that assumption, I would say. But maybe I'm misunderstanding that. Oh, god damn it. I still didn't look it up. Material shader graph serializer. Deserialize, and then we build here with less or equal. So I think it should be that. As well in the shader. So it should be if that is... Yeah, but that is basically that, right? Because that's a less or equal. Let's not do that, maybe. I don't know. So she lived in Sweden for most of her life, as her father was working for Volvo in Gothenburg. Oh, cool. Well, but it's nice. Oh, that looks now a little better. I don't know why it gets like this weird, but that looks good here. Here it doesn't look so good. Yeah, but if the image already has, if the image, so if you have an image that lives longer than one frame, so if you have only images that you always reuse every frame, then your assumption is correct. But if you have images that outlive a frame, which you have sometimes for some post effects and stuff like that, because you need the history from the previous frame, for example, then this assumption doesn't work. Yeah, but you then need to transition from the old layout to the new layout, so you need to save it. But yeah, I mean, you will figure it out. I don't know. Maybe you're already handling it. I don't want to confuse you. So maybe you're already handling it. So don't worry, I would say. For now. So the sphere works, but this one doesn't work. It stops working somewhere here. So I save it in the texture. Ah, okay, sorry, I misread the message. Okay, cool, yeah. Why am I missing? Well, I mean, in this case, I want to miss it, right? Because we are accessing, like, we are painting, we want to paint on this surface, so that looks correct here. That we are missing half the sphere. But I'm not sure why we are not missing half the sphere here. And why we are missing it then here. Huh. That's bizarre. So less or equal is actually that. Make a second debug camera, then draw debug ray. Maybe. No, it's not so out of your ass, don't worry. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe it's as well linked to how stupid I do the... sphere surfaces has hit. Hmm. I mean, I as well noticed that my what I noticed as well is that my depth buffer looks a little bit funky sometimes. I'm not sure if that is an issue. But I have like this weirdness going on. Where it says it, oh wait, it is actually kinda busted, right? No, that is definitely wrong. There is something going on with the depth buffer. Why would that be suddenly broken? I didn't touch that in like months. What did you read? But that depth buffer, man, why is that always making like stupid problems? I just don't get it. Oops. I wanted to do one more thing. No, don't save the capture. Oh god, what did I do? Oh, it sampled something. Okay, so that looks somewhat correct, but it as well has like weird artifacts in here. Or it just gets a depth of 0. How come that's happening? That's so weird. Well, it should be a more or less nice gradient. Should look like depth buffer. Should be something like that. Either from white to black or from black to white, right? That the detail of that doesn't really matter. It should definitely not look like that, what it looks like right now. And I'm pretty sure